Let's start with Mr. Barrera. Mr. Barrera, I know you have your camera off right now, but if you're available, I'd like to, I know you're on your car, and so Rick Barrera, if you're available, I'd like to accommodate you. And you have F 1984-188 in the interest of Ivan Alexander Rodriguez, a child. It's a status conference.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. This is a status hearing from our last hearing. A synopsis of the last status, Your Honor, was that respondent was admittedly in a rehab facility. The court had established that Zoom was a way of communicating with the child and provided a schedule as such. And we are here today to find out if A, mother is no longer within needing services or in the middle of services, and B, whether or not she's decided to retain an attorney.
And her name?
The respondent's name is Miss, hold on one second.
Jennifer Santana, Judge.
Jennifer Santana. I know she's having some problems with her audio. It looks like it's connecting. All right, let's see if Ms. Santana, can you hear me? Ms. Santana, can you hear me? Jennifer Santana? Mr. Barrera, she is logged on. There does seem to be an issue with her audio. She may not be able to hear me, and if she can hear me, I cannot hear her.
Judge, I'm gonna try and reach out to her.
Okay. Hang tight, Mr. Barrera. I know that you have somewhere to be, and we'll try to accommodate you here relatively quickly. It should be a quick docket this morning.
There we go. I think she's on.
Okay, maybe right now. Ms. Santana, can you unmute yourself? Jennifer Santana, can you unmute yourself, please? That'll create too much interference.
We will remain patient on our end, Your Honor. If the court wants to recall it, I can just need just a minute just to pull over and get safe. I will.
I think we're ready. I think she's,
Yes,
we have her through the audio patched in through our office. Okay, Ms. Santana, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Perfect, thank you. I was speaking with Mr. Barrera. We were talking about your case, and I was reminded that we had given you some time to try to seek legal counsel. Were you able to seek legal counsel?
No, I haven't, Judge, but if I may just say something, I cannot bring my son back with me. I've been thinking a lot about this, and there's a lot of stuff that I need to work on myself. That's what I'm in agreement with my son living with his father, but I do need to work on myself. I can't have my son struggling with me, if that makes sense.
Yes, no, it makes perfect sense. Mr. Barrera, we probably need to set this up for, what do you think, a final hearing then? So we can have final orders and then have Ms. Santana log on and we can try to, finalize everything.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Santana, is it okay if I set this up for a final hearing? I know Mr. Barrera is going to be tied up for the next couple of weeks. So I'd like to set this up for maybe the latter part of March, if that's okay.
Okay, but I have questions though. I don't have an attorney, but I do have questions like this. I'll still be able to talk to my son over the phone and through electronic, through Zoom?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, and as far as the supervised visit, Your Honor, give me one second. As far as the supervised visit, I mean, I would like to physically see my son, but with like a supervision, because I really do have to work on myself a lot, and and I want him to feel safe, so I would want a supervised visit, but like a in-person supervised visit.
Yeah, I have no problem with that. I'm sure Mr. Barrera and his client have no problem with that. I would really like for you and Mr. Barrera to communicate, speak, and then that way y'all can prepare a final agreed order. I'm sure y'all are really, really, really close. I mean, y'all are almost, parallel, if not, so close to each other that there's no reason why this can't get resolved.
Right.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's really the whole personality thing. It's between me and my ex-husband, Your Honor. We don't have a good co-parentingship. I've tried for years, but it doesn't work. Only this time he was able to pull this off. So now it's like, okay, then okay. And if my son is happy over there and he feels safe over there, like he said, then you know what? Then that's all that matters to me. As much as it hurts, that's all that matters.
And let me do this, Ms. Santiana. Let me go ahead and give you a reset date for March the 23rd. March the 23rd at 9:30 in the morning, okay?
Right. One more question, Your Honor. The allegations that are made against me, that have been made against me, are not true. Like, is that gonna follow me to jobs and stuff? Because I never abused my child. I never neglected him. He's always had what he wants, what he needs, and what he wants. Like, I've tried to teach him values, everything. But those allegations, are those gonna follow me to jobs? Because it's already hard enough already. But how does that work?
I'm sure Mr. Barrera can work with you and see about visiting with his client about removing any of those allegations in the final order so that there's no finding. I'm sure
That's true, Your Honor.
Shouldn't be a problem, Ms. Santiana. I do need you, however, to communicate with Mr. Barrera so y'all can come together and agree on the language of the final order, okay? If there's any final questions, we'll take care of them on the 23rd.
Sounds good, Your Honor. Thank you.
Is he there, Mr. Barrera? Or
He's
do I have to do that by phone with him?
Yeah, he's on Zoom right now, but yes, do it by phone.
Okay, so I call him right now.
Ms. Santiana, I will call you in about 10 days. I'll prepare something, email it, and then we'll speak about what I emailed you, okay? I promise. All right?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
you.
Have a good day.
You too. All right. Anyone else ready to make an announcement on their case?
Good morning, Your Honor. Armando Escamilla.
All
This
right.
is on F5239218, Stephanie Chapa and Oscar Garcia. This is an uncontested divorce, Judge. No children, no property. We're ready whenever the court can call us.
All right. And your client's name is Stephanie Chapa, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Right. If I
She's
can have
present
Ms.
in my office.
All right. If I can have Ms. Chapa, please raise her right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah.
Speak up.
Perfect.
Can you hear her okay, Judge?
Yes, very lightly. So if she can just speak up, that'd be great.
Thank you. May I proceed, Your Honor?
Is Oscar Garcia present?
No, Judge. He filed an answer, but he informed me that he would not be appearing.
All right. All right. You may proceed.
Ms. Chapa, is your name Stephanie Kalain Chapa?
Yes.
Are you married to Oscar Heron Garcia?
Yes.
Okay. And were you living in the state of Texas for the previous 6 months and in Hidalgo County for the previous 90 days?
Yes.
Okay. And is it true that you and Mr. Garcia married on or about October of 2019 and stopped living together on or about January of 2021?
Yes.
Has the marriage between you and Mr. Garcia become insupportable because of a discord or conflict of personalities?
Yes.
Has that conflict destroyed the legitimate ends of your marriage relationship?
Yes.
Is there any hope that you may reconcile?
No.
Were any children born to or adopted by you and Mr. Garcia during the marriage?
No.
And are you presently pregnant or expecting a child?
No.
And is it true that you and he did not accumulate any community property during the marriage relationship? Okay, so that is true, correct? You didn't accumulate any property? Okay. And are you asking the court to allow you to keep whatever belongings you may have as yours and for him to keep whatever belongings he has as his?
Yes.
And there is no need to change your last name and restore it to the maiden name, correct? You never changed it? Okay. And are you asking the court to grant you a divorce?
Yes.
Judge, I think that's all our evidence.
All right, thank you so much. The court's going to go ahead and take judicial notice of all documents in the court's file. The court's going to go ahead and grant the divorce along with all relief that's been read into the record by Mr. Escamilla and prayed for by way of pleadings. Your divorce is hereby granted, Ms. Chapa. Good luck to you, okay? I do see the final decree of divorce here. We'll sign off on it. You should be able to get a certified copy this afternoon from the clerk's office, okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. That's the only matter I have for the court. May we both be excused.
You're excused. Let me move over to Mr. Ball.
Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
I can.
Very well. Your Honor, I have Abby Farmer. This is an uncontested divorce. Actually going to be a default. I have a 100% success rate in those cases.
Let me let me go ahead. I like that Aggie ring, by the way, Mr. Ball.
I was displaying it prominently to stay in the court's good graces. It's all part of the plan, buddy.
All part of the plan. All right. F 4960-21-8 in the matter of the marriage of Abby Farmer and Gregorio Vallejo Jr. If I can have Ms. Farmer please raise her right hand and unmute herself. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Farmer, you're on mute.
I do.
Thank you so much. Mr. Ball, you may proceed.
Thank you. Will you state your full name, please?
Abby Farmer,
Ms. Farmer, who are you married to?
Gregorio Vallejo Jr.
And when were you married?
It was May 28th of 2019.
And when did you cease to live together as husband and wife approximately?
About, I forget the exact date, but November 2021.
Has your marriage become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship?
Yes,
And there is no reasonable expectation of reconciliation?
correct.
And prior to filing for this divorce, did you live in the state of Texas for 6 months
Yes,
and the county of Hidalgo for 90 days?
yes,
While you were married, did you have any children or adopt any children with your soon-to-be ex-husband?
no,
Are you currently expecting a child?
no,
During your marriage, did you guys accumulate any real property such as homes or condominiums or anything like that?
we did purchase a home.
And where is that home right now?
It's in Edinburgh, Texas.
And as part of the settlement, what are you asking the court to do with the marital residence?
I'm wanting to keep the house.
Okay. How long ago did you purchase the home?
We purchased it in December of 2019.
You understand that if the court awards you that home, you're going to be responsible for all of the mortgage, taxes, liabilities, insurance, and everything that comes with it, correct?
Yes,
Is there a mortgage on that home?
yes,
You understand that the court is very likely to order you at some point in the not too distant future to go and put that mortgage entirely under your name and remove your husband's name off of it if his name is in fact on that mortgage, correct?
correct.
Are you prepared to do that?
Yes, I am.
Very well. Are you asking the court to award you any retirement accounts, bank accounts, any sums of money in your possession?
I did have a 401k.
You're asking the court to award that to you?
Yes,
And you're asking the court to award you any of your personal effects such as clothing and jewelry and paintings and family heirlooms, correct?
correct.
And any retirement account or 401k or sums of money or savings accounts that your husband has, you're asking the court to award those solely to him. Is that correct?
Correct.
Any vehicle that's in your possession, you would keep. Any vehicle that's in his possession, he would keep, correct?
Correct.
And any personal effects that are in his possession, or if there are any of his personal effects in the home, such as his clothes, family heirlooms, jewelry, if he has a gun collection tools, things like that, he's going to be allowed to return those. He will be allowed to retrieve those. You understand that?
Yes.
And you're asking the court to approve that?
Yes.
Do you believe this is a just and right division of the community property?
Yes.
And you're not requesting a name change because you never took his name. Is that correct?
Correct.
Very smart move. Are you asking for a divorce?
Yes.
I have no further questions of this witness, Judge.
All right, thank you so much. The court's going to go ahead and take judicial notice of all documents in the court's file, including the filing of this action November 12th, 2021. Citation was issued November 15th, 2021. Defendant was served November 15th, 2021. To date, there's been no answer on file. Court's going to go ahead and grant the divorce along with all relief that's been read into the record by Mr. Ball and Ms. Farmer, along with all relief that's been prayed for by way of pleadings. Now, the only, I guess, issue I have, Mr. Ball, and I am going to ask for your help in this. The final decree that was submitted to the court, it does have Ms. Farmer's signature, but it doesn't have your signature. So there was no, there's a signature block, but there's no signature on your part. So if you don't mind resubmitting that with your signature.
Take care of that immediately. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Judge. I apologize.
No, just that it's been approved as to form, just that you're agreeing as to the form of the actual document. And the court's gonna, at this time, gonna grant the divorce, but if you can just resubmit it with your signature, that'd be great.
I will, Judge. We'll take care of that today.
All right. As soon as I get that signature with Mr. Ball's signature on the signature block, Ms. Farmer, I will sign off on it. You should be able to get a certified copy shortly thereafter, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're excused. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Ball. All right, Mr. McLaughlin, you've raised your hand. What case do you have?
I'm sorry, sir. The case I have is U.S. Bank National versus Carmen Castro.
All right, that's CL 21-12-28H, U.S. Bank National Association versus Carmen Guerrero Castro. Is Carmen Guerrero Castro present? Carmen Guerrero Castro. Court's going to take judicial notice of all documents in the court's file, including the filing of this action on March 16th, 2021. Citation was issued March 19th, 2021. Defendant was served May 6th, 2021. It was returned to the clerk May 17th, 2021. It's been on file for the requisite period of time. To date, there's been no answer. The name of Carmen Guerrero Castro has been called out 3 times. There being no response, you may proceed with your default.
Your Honor, I don't know that a motion for default judgment was actually filed with the court. I believe it is set for that, and we are requesting additional time, but I don't think all the supporting documents have been filed for it.
You know, it was filed. Let me give you a date on that. September 30th.
Okay. Well, in that case, Your Honor, I'm seeking a judgment on behalf of the plaintiff in damages of $18,058.47. This action involved a motor vehicle installment contract that the defendant entered into on August 6th of 2019. They ceased making payments. The vehicle was repossessed, and a deficiency notice was issued in the amount that we're seeking, the $18,058.47. And we're asking the court to take notice of the supporting documents in the court's file and issue judgment for the plaintiff.
Court will go ahead and issue default judgment in the principal amount of $18,058.47 plus cost of court. And I believe you're also seeking service costs of $85. That relief is.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
May I be excused?
Yes, you may. Thank you.
Have a great day.
All right. Anyone else ready to make an announcement or waiting on some clients maybe?
Judge, yeah, I can make an announcement, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Garza, what do you have?
I have a CR 21-04326D.
D as in dollar?
Yes, that's correct. I'm sorry, I got the wrong one. I apologize. Mary, can I be recalled, Your Honor? I got
Sure.
mixed up.
I think you have a F02942228 in the matter of the marriage of Alicia Cortez and Adrian Cortez.
That is correct, Judge. For some reason, I got a CR case in front of me. Your Honor, that case, I just got a call from Catherine Perez, Your Honor. She's gonna file an answer. And she is logging in right now. We, according to what I've been told so far, that we're gonna agree to extend that TRO and go forward and just reset it so that she has time to get on the case and understand it a little bit better.
Perfect, no problem. So,
But she's gonna log in, Judge. So I don't know if she may have changed her mind. I'm not sure why she's logging in, but I asked her if I could make an announcement. She just got the Zoom ID and we're gonna resend it over to her. You want to recall it, Judge?
yeah, we'll recall this, no problem.
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Absolutely. All right, Ms. Garcia.
Hi, good morning, Your Honor.
Morning.
I'm here today. I have my client here in my office. We're here on cause number F2600208. And this is emergency mission for temporary orders. Mr. Sergio Sanchez is on the other side, but I do not see him logged on.
Yes. Have you spoken to him?
I did speak with his office last week, actually on Friday. I believe they're aware of this. They know about this hearing today.
It always helps, especially with Mr. Sanchez, when we try to, if you can try to track him down and bring him in, we're sending him a quick text message on our end, but if you can, maybe reach out to him and we'll try to call him as well. Then maybe I can recall your case.
Of course.
Perfect. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.
All right. I see Ms. Pettis just logged on. Mr. Garza, are you still there?
I'm here, Your Honor.
Awesome. Okay. Ms. Pettis, Mr. Garza, this is F02942228. Ms. Pettis, I understand you were just retained on this matter, and Mr. Garza was maybe talking about the possibility of extending this for an additional 2 weeks and giving you some time to get up to speed.
Correct, Your Honor. I was just hired on this case and I have spoken to my client explaining what that would mean. And we're in agreement for an extension for the 2 weeks to reset this hearing and allow me time to prepare.
All right. Extension 2 weeks. That puts us, I believe, March the 2nd. Yeah, can we do March the 2nd?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, March 2nd, 2022 at 9:30 in the morning. And the TRO, if you can just submit an order extending the TRO, I'll sign off on it.
Do you, Catherine, would you like me to send that over to you? It's just going to be an extension. I don't know if you needed it at this point.
Yes, Your Honor. I mean, yes.
Okay.
JR.
Yeah,
Thank
just
you.
send that over to Ms. Pettis. Ms. Pettis, if you need to sign off on it or care to review it initially, then send it to me. I'll sign off on it. Okay.
Thank you, Judge. That'll be done today, Your Honor.
Perfect. The reset date is March 2nd at 9:30.
Thank you. May we be excused, Your Honor?
Both of y'all are excused. Thank you. Let's see. Mr. Saldana, do you have something that we can take care of right now, or are you waiting on someone?
Your Honor, I believe it could be taken care of right now. We've got cause number CL 220224H.
Oh, you're here with Mr. McInnes. Perfect. Okay.
That's correct.
All right. Trial de novo hearing. What kind of case or what is the case about?
It's an appeal of the eviction, Your Honor. But what I was going to raise to the court's attention is there was a counterclaim issued as well as a jury demand requested. So I was going to request, as opposed to having the hearing today, that a DCO be entered so that we can conduct some discovery in this case.
He is correct. That's correct.
Okay. So a DCC is what y'all are requesting at this time.
Right.
Perfect. All right, Eddie.
I'm not sure if McInnes is opposed to that. I'm just proposing.
No, DCC is fine, Judge. I'm in agreement with Mr. Saldana.
Okay. February 22nd, 2022 at 2:30. We should have made it at 2:20.
222, Your Honor.
2:22
Right.
at 2:20. 2:22. All right. February 22nd at 2:30.
Thank you, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You're excused. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Contreras, can you hear me? I know that you have a default. Judge Contreras, can you hear me? You may be tied up in another court. Mr. Juan Villarreal and Roxanne Mendoza, what case are you here on?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What case are you here on?
We're here for with Mr. McInnes.
Mr. McInnes? Oh, okay, that one.
Yes.
The announcement was just made that they're asking for a docket control conference, which means that they're going to call in and try to schedule some trial dates on February 22nd. You don't need to take care of any of that. If Mr. McInnes is representing you, stay in contact with Mr. McInnes. He just made that announcement. He just logged off.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Okay, thank you, sir. Appreciate
You're
it.
very welcome. Thank you. All right, Mr. Christian Alvarado. Christian Alvarado, can you hear me? Mr. Christian Alvarado, can you hear me?
Your Honor, yes, that's my client, Ms.
Okay.
Alvarado.
All right, perfect.
We just called Mr. Sanchez's office and they are sending him a message.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Sure, thank you.
All right, and Mr. Alcantar, what case or who are you here on, or what case are you here for?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm with the Office of the Attorney General on F-2600-20-8.
So you're here on the one with Ms. Garcia and Mr. Sanchez?
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Okay. So I believe that may be the only one we're hanging on to, trying to get a contact with Mr. Sanchez, and Mr. Contreras has a default. He is logged on. However, I don't know if he can hear me.
Your Honor, can you hear me?
I can. Thank you. Yes, sir.
Judge, I'm asking for if we can get a date the latter part of March, Your Honor, on this case.
Sure.
It's been lingering. I apologize to the court, but I'm going to get it done with this expert that is causing some delay, but he should be ready to go the latter part of March.
How about March the 30th?
Yes, Your Honor.
March 30th, 2020.
Is that a Monday, Judge?
It's a Wednesday. Do you prefer a Monday?
Perfect. No, it'll be perfect.
Okay, March the 30th at 9:30.
Thank you so much, Judge. May I be excused?
You're excused.
Thank you, sir.
That leaves us just waiting for Mr. Sanchez on the emergency hearing. Let's hang tight. Court's gonna go ahead and put myself on mute, but I'm here as soon as Mr. Sanchez logs on. We'll be available. Mr. Sanchez, can you hear me?
I'm here, Your Honor. Judge, sorry for the delay. I had the old ID and I'm at Dr. Arasola's office.
Oh,
Hope
no,
that's okay.
no worries, no worries. Sorry about that. I have, did I just lose her? Yeah, I think I just lost her. She might be logging back on. I think I just lost her. Hmm. She might have been trying to open up her video and I think she logged off. Give me 1 second.
No problem, Your Honor.
Hmm.
Oh, and Judge, I was just here for some lab work and just to get the results. There's a routine checkup.
Okay, good, good, good to
Yes,
hear.
sir. That's all that's going on, Your Honor. Thank you for the courtesy of recalling though, Judge.
Yeah, no problem. All right, I have Ms. Garcia logging on. It looks like it's connecting to audio.
Good morning, Your Honor. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I apparently, like Cinderella, I only had 45 minutes before my router was gonna fry completely. My apologies for disconnecting.
No worries. We are
Okay.
here. Mr. Sanchez is present. This is F 2628 in the interest of Nicolas Rocha Jr., a child. an emergency hearing for temporary orders.
Yes, Your Honor, it's my motion. Elizabeth Garcia from Movement, Christian Adriana Alvarado. And Your Honor, there's actually two children. It's Nicolas Rocha Jr. and Nathan Rocha.
Nathan. All right, and what do we have, Ms. Garcia?
Your Honor, this is, I recently joined the case, and so there's a little bit of procedural history that I think is interesting and must be highlighted here with the court. There was an original SAPSR that was filed July 28th, 2020. And then after that, it appears that there were several hearings that were held or scheduled, but it does not appear that that either client or either party appeared. I'm not certain if Mr. Sanchez actually appeared, but I know that my client never made an appearance at those hearings. But when she finally did come to my office, there was I think she was subpoenaed. And from there, that's how I got involved. So we immediately filed a motion for emergency temporary orders. Mr. Rocha, when the petition SAPSR was originally filed, Ms. Alvarado was designated as the primary joint managing conservator. Mr. Rocha had taken the children, both children were born here. I think it's important to note, in Edinburgh. Nicolas is now 6 years old and Nathan is now 4 years old. He took the children from her in July 2020, and that's when she filed, I believe, the SAPSR. After an incident occurred, and he lives in Houston. Mr. Rocha, the father, lives in Houston. In July 28th, 2020, Ms. Alvarado filed the SAPSR, or the AG's office filed it on her behalf. He brought the children back on his own in September 2020. She immediately enrolled them into school here to start at Horizon Montessori, and they actually began school. She allowed him to take the children in December 2020 for the holiday, for Christmas and New Year's, and was supposed to return the children January 6th, 2021, and refused to do so. And so since then, I believe she has had some FaceTime communication with them, and has seen them maybe two or three times. I'm not certain. He always has them. He will not release them to her. Your Honor, this court has continuing jurisdiction of the children. We're asking that the children be immediately returned to her, and that we then proceed with finalizing orders.
All right, Mr. Sanchez, you might be tied up, but if you're available, I know that you represent Mr. Rocha in this matter.
4789.
Judge, I'm kind of caught right now. I'm up there just calling something for me in the 398th, and I'm.
So, Mr. Flores, raise your right hand. Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Okay.
The U.S. citizen. Yes, sir.
It's an agreed motion to substitute on that matter, Judge. And I'm sorry, I didn't hear the court's question on this case. I agree with the procedural history as recited by Ms. Garcia, and my client, Mr. Rocha, does reside in Houston.
Okay. So Ms. Garcia, maybe you can answer this question for me. So the children have resided in Houston for more than 6 months. Does that change our jurisdictional issue in any way?
Your Honor, this court has continuing jurisdiction over the children. Mr. Rocha has not attempted to file anything in Houston. I would argue that when the petition was initially filed from the Attorney General, they were residents here of Hidalgo County, and your court had jurisdiction over them. It wasn't until he unilaterally took off with the children and has prevented and I will welcome the opportunity to question Mr. Rocha, but has left my client in a year of fear for trying to get her children back. But she's here today and she's suspending her fear of him, and she wants to get her children back. So I would argue, Your Honor, you have continuing jurisdiction. There's been no attempt for them to even move the case to Houston, and to do so now would be I would think offensive of the hearing.
Right. I mean, obviously, he's being represented by Mr. Sanchez. Mr. Sanchez, based out of Hidalgo. I understand. I just feel like, okay, well, you're absolutely right. The burden would be on them to seek to transfer it to Houston, claiming that the children have now resided there for more than 6 months and that should be the appropriate jurisdiction. I go back to your procedural history. You claim that there is already a SAPSR in place from July of 2020 that gives possession and access and I guess joint managing conservatorship with primary conservatorship being placed with your client, Ms. Alvarado. Is that correct?
No, a petition was filed by the AG's office. What I can't understand, Your Honor, and I spent probably about 2 hours on the phone with the Attorney General, and they were also trying to make light of it. There were several hearings. It seemed like they were almost set like monthly, August, September, October, November, and then February, I think there were, I don't know what was happening, but there was never any order. So it was initially filed here. There's never been a request to transfer. I think that would go to show that they agree that, and that's like a de facto agreement that they are residents of Hidalgo County and that you continue having jurisdiction over this matter.
Well, let me ask Mr. Sanchez. Mr. Sanchez, you all are agreeing that Hidalgo County should be that I am the court of, that I have jurisdiction over this, maintain jurisdiction over this, and that you're not seeking to have this transferred to Harris County or where your client resides, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so that takes care of that issue. It brings us back to the issue of there is no orders in place, right? And you're seeking temporary orders, Ms. Garcia.
Right. Well, I'm also seeking that the children be immediately returned to Ms. Alvarado.
Okay, so I guess that's my confusion. You're asking for them to be returned back to her, but there is no prior order that grants her custody of the children, correct? Other than she's the mother and they should be with mom at this point. That's all I've heard.
Your Honor, it would be in the children's best interest that they be with mom.
Right, but there's no order in place that I could rely on and say, you know what, Mr. Sanchez, this order, I'm just going to enforce the order and ask that the children be returned. That doesn't exist.
You're absolutely correct, Your Honor. There is no order right now.
Okay, so at this point, it's just what's in the best interest of the children.
Correct. And I do have my client here who can testify as to what would be, I think, important for the court to hear when making its ruling on the immediate return of the children.
Let me ask this question. They've been with dad for a year. Why did it take a year to get before me to take this action?
Your Honor, Mr. Rocha and Ms. Alvarado had an abusive relationship. Once he took the children and she attempted to, she was in the hospital when he first took the children in December, she willingly gave them to him so that they would spend time with him for Christmas and New Year's. He was supposed to return them on January 6th. She was admitted into the hospital, I think January 4th. He said that he was then decided that he's going to take them with him to Houston. What transpired was that her parents are undocumented. And every time she starts to, I think, engage in this, in her journey of getting her children back, he has even threatened to call ICE on her parents. We have police reports. We have text messages from him where he's threatening her. And she's been in a holding pattern of fear for a year that if she attempts to get her children back, that he's going to call ICE on her parents.
Okay. Mr. Alcantar, you're just at this point involved, or what is your involvement? What's the Attorney General's office involvement?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, we originally did file this petition. As Ms. Garcia had said, there's been no orders. Because we did file this petition, I don't think there's been any counters or anything filed yet, so this is still technically our petition. We don't really take a position as to conservatorship or visitation, especially now that the parties are represented, so we're just here as to child support.
Gotcha. Okay. Ms. Garcia, is your client in the same room with you?
She is.
Okay.
She is.
Because what I'd like to do is maybe visit with you, Ms. Garcia, and Mr. Sanchez in a breakout room. And maybe your client can maybe step away, maybe go to the front office so that we can discuss this case outside of her presence.
Absolutely.
Okay, let's do that.
I'll step out of my office so she can stay in here.
Okay. And Mr. Alcatar, is this something that maybe you would like to be a part of, or do you feel, we're going to be talking about conservatorship, so is that something that you feel like it's not a big deal, I don't need to be a part of it, or would you like to be a part of this?
I trust both attorneys, Your Honor, so I don't believe the Office of the Attorney General is necessary for this.
Okay, perfect. Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to put you in a breakout room. Please accept the invitation. I'll join you guys there.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Nicolas? Do you speak Spanish, Mr. Nicolas, or English? Mr. Nicolas? Can you hear me? Miss Christina, can you hear me? Miss Christina, can you hear me? Mr. Nicolas, can you hear me? Do you speak English? Yes. Miss Christina, do you speak English?
Okay, hello?
Yes, sir. I just wanted to confirm that if you were English speaker.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I didn't know I could. I had it on
That's
mute.
fine. I'm not sure if Miss Christina, I'm sorry, what's the name?
Yeah, Christian Ariana.
Does she speak Spanish or English?
She speaks both, but she goes by
Okay.
English.
Okay, thanks.
Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm waiting for the attorneys to come right back. We were ending that meeting. They may still be over there. Mr. Rocha, in just a minute, I'm going to have you and Mr. Sanchez go into a breakout room together, and I'm going to put Mrs. Garcia and Ms. Alvarado into a breakout room as well. So you all are going to go into separate breakout rooms with your lawyers. They may be, I left, I thought they were coming with me. They may be discussing what we just discussed amongst themselves. So I'll give them some time, hang tight. As soon as they get back into this room, I'll put you all into a breakout room so that they can discuss with you what we discussed in there.
Yes, sir.
There's Mr. Sanchez. I expect Ms. Garcia to be coming here shortly. Mr. Sanchez, if it's okay with you, I'm going to put you into a breakout room right now. I think I'm still waiting on Ms. Garcia to come back. I'm going to close the room in case maybe she doesn't know how to come back.
Thank you, Judge. I'll be ready. I'll get that information to the court ASAP.
Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and give me, it's close. There she is. Okay, perfect. Okay, room number 2 is going to be, I'm going to put Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to move you to room 2. And in room 2, I'm also going to put, no, cancel that. Give me 1 second. Nobody do anything. I'm trying to work this out. Oh, give me 1 second. Okay. Okay, Mr. Sanchez and Nicolas, I have you in room 6. So accept that invitation. And then
How do you accept it?
You might have to hit on the screen and then it says accept invitation to a breakout room.
On the bottom or the top or?
Gosh, I don't know your phone and I don't know how it shows up, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm on my iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be on the top.
The top. I have
Ms. Garcia, are you there so that I can put you in a breakout room with your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh, you know what? I don't even have to put you in a breakout room. Y'all are together.
We're here. Yes.
Oh, perfect. Okay, now never mind. I'll just let you all visit together and without a breakout room. I'll just put Mr. Nicolas Rocha and Mr. Sanchez in a breakout room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, guys. Nicolas, have you been able to figure it out?
no, sir. I don't know exactly where to. It gives me just the option to leave, but
No.
Hey, Judge, I don't mind doing this in this setting where we're at. It's
Oh,
two
okay.
simple questions.
Okay, sure.
Mr. Rocha, the court has asked for some information, and we need to know the district where your kids are enrolled, the name of the school for both of your children.
okay, it's Barbers Hill.
Okay, slow down.
Is that what's the school district?
Barbers Hill or Mount Bellevue.
Mount Bellevue.
Yes, sir. Right next to Baytown. And it's Barbers Hill School District.
Can you spell that for us, please?
Barbers Hill. B-A-R. Let me get something accurate. Right here. B-A-R-B-E-R-S. And then Hill. H-I-L-L. And my youngest son is in pre-K. And then my oldest son's in kinder.
And that's the Barbers Hill. Is that the school or is that the school district?
That's a school district, Barbers Hill.
And what is the school? What's the name of the elementary school?
I think it's SEC or something like that. I can give you all that information. I just got to get it.
Yeah, can you get that and provide that to Mr. Sanchez by no later than maybe 2 o'clock today so that Mr. Sanchez can.
100%.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna ask that you communicate that information to Mr. Sanchez's office by 2 o'clock today. And Mr. Sanchez, I'm going to give you till 5 o'clock today to provide that with Ms. Garcia.
Yes, Your Honor.
Perfect. Okay. And then you guys communicate amongst yourselves. You guys now know what the kind of the ruling of the court. I'm going to reset this case for 2 weeks so that we can come back in 2 weeks. And or Ms. Garcia, if you think you can get that information that you're looking and seeking in a week, I can reset this for a week.
Your Honor, I'm in federal court in 2 weeks, starting on March 1st. So if we could reset this for
Maybe
next week, maybe, next.
Because Monday the courthouse is closed, and I hear civil on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I can give you Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay. Yeah, I have a couple other settings, but as long as we can,
we'll work with you.
Okay.
Okay. That's the 23rd.
Am I okay to go?
Hold
on.
Okay.
Is it Barbers Hill School District or Barbers Hill? Is that the name of the school?
That's the
name of the entire school district, Barbers Hill. And I'll give Mr. Sanchez all the information, exactly where they're at, their teachers' names, the whole nine.
Okay. Yeah, because I'm on the webpage right now and it just shows elementary north and elementary south. Do you know if it's north or south?
I think the Nathan's in the pre-K center.
Okay.
And I'm guessing junior's in the south. Because they're right, it's all right next to each other.
What road is that, Mr. Rocha? Do you remember?
Eagle Drive.
Yeah, that would be south. Okay.
Perfect.
All right.
Okay, we'll reset this for next Wednesday. Next Wednesday,
right.
I believe, is the 20. Let's see real
The
quick.
23rd.
23rd?
Yes.
Okay, 23rd. We'll do this, reset this case for the 23rd. Mr. Alcantara, we're trying to get where we need to be. I know that you've been patient with us. We continue to ask that you be patient. And as soon as we figure this out, then you'll take over. You'll pick up the football when we drop it.
Thank you, Judge.
All right. We'll reset this for 2/23 at 9:30.
Thank you so much, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
May I be excused?
Yes. Have a good day.
At my appointment this morning. Thank you for recalling it, Judge.
No worries. Thank you, guys.
Good day.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
That takes care of our docket. Court's going to go ahead and log off.
Press leave.